So in regards to goal setting, so there's a few different things in NLP with goal setting. There's outcome-based goal setting, which is a bit different than your normal goal setting process. So your normal goal setting process sort of gets a massive goal, sticks it on the board, puts it on a vision board or a goal card or something like that, and says, that's your goal, let's achieve it, let's visualize it every day. But what NLP says is, with human behavior, we're always going to be driven towards an outcome. So what an outcome is different than a goal. A goal is that positive. Yeah, a goal is losing 10 kilos. An outcome is the steps along the way. So an outcome might be actually not losing that 10 kilos, but only losing 8. Or an outcome might be losing 12 kilos, which is different than the goal. So what it says is that with every goal, instead of let's call it a big goal, instead of that, we'll call it an outcome. Because an outcome is no longer positive or negative. It's just an outcome is derived from the steps we take. So in NLP, it actually breaks it all the way back down with outcome-based goal setting and goes and plans the steps along the way. So the biggest thing that I find is probably a weakness with those goal cards is you're visualizing that big goal, which is great. You want to achieve that big goal, or it's this amount of finances or whatever it is, but it doesn't plan the steps for you. A goal card doesn't have the steps. So the biggest tip I could give anyone that's doing goal setting is to take the big goal and work backwards from that. So what are the 9, 10, 12, 15, 50 steps that I have to achieve first before I get that goal? And then what does that require? So you really need to go with a fine nit comb here and start to dig deeper into what that is. You need to go, okay, cool. My goal is 10 kilos weight loss. Great, how am I gonna get that? What's step one? Step one is go to the gym tomorrow. And it breaks it down in all these small little outcomes. So go to the gym tomorrow and do 10 minutes on the treadmill and then do my weight-based circuit. Okay, great. So now that's an outcome. So we start to plan a bunch of those along the road that achieve to the goal. Without that, we're looking at the goal every single day, and it's just a big fairy tale at the end of the day. It's just a big thing out there. It's a fairy tale. There's no steps to achieve it. There's no road. Like a lot of people say, the road to success. Well, the whole idea behind outcome goal setting is to build the road. It's to build that road, pave it, so that you know the way to get the goal. Otherwise, it just is a big dream. The other thing, which I think is a massive tip for success, in NLP, there's, in the mind, when you're visualizing that goal, there's two ways you can see it. There's basically associated, which means you're actually inside the vision and you're looking out of your own eyes. So, if it's kicking a football, for example, I can see the football, I'm holding it and I kick it. That's associated. So that's really good because in any image in your mind, when you're associated, it's more powerful. There's stronger feelings behind it. So when you're looking at your goal card every day, associate yourself with it. So actually see through your own eyes. So for example, if it's like muscle gain and you're talking about your biceps, then pretend that you're actually just looking down at your body and you can see your arms and you can see that they're bigger and you can see that they're the size, or pretend that you're looking in the mirror and associate yourself with it. Now, disassociated is when you're actually out of the picture looking at it from a bird's eye view. So you can see yourself acting out the goal. So you can see yourself looking at yourself in the mirror. So there's 3 people then. So the best thing that I can teach you would be to associate first, to get the feelings. So get those intense feelings of confidence, of pride, whatever it is when you achieve that goal. Visualize it first associated. Then, before you close the image in your mind, while it's still in there fresh, disassociate. So step out of the picture and look at it from a bird's eye view. The reason for that is, the unconscious mind, like I said earlier, it can't tell between reality and not reality. It can't tell what's real and not real, and what's not real. So if you're associated with a picture and you're inside that picture and you're seeing the goal already achieved, then what happens in your unconscious mind is, because it can't tell that it's real or not, it thinks you've already achieved the goal. So all those changes that need to happen in your body and all those changes that need to happen in your mind to achieve that goal don't happen, because your unconscious mind thinks it's already done. So the biggest tip would be to disassociate from that picture, and your unconscious mind then knows that it's not achieved yet, and you'll start to get more enhanced success and more progress towards the goal. So in regards to goal setting, I get a lot of people that ask me why I set daily, weekly, monthly, yearly goals, why I set so many, and like I said earlier, they're all outcome based, so there's all a bunch of steps to achieve each goal. And personally I believe that the more steps the merrier. Like, you don't want to complicate it too much, but if there's 10 tasks that need to be done to achieve the goal, then write all 10 tasks down on the page. The reason for that is the brain is naturally built to release hormones and positive hormones when you achieve something. So think of that feeling when you actually achieve the end goal. If we make each of those 10 tasks as intense and important as the end goal, then each time we achieve one, we're going to get that release of hormones, we're going to get that positivity. So then as we go, we're going to get 10 releases of that before we get the goal. And the only reason I would suggest that is to keep the motivation flowing, keep the energy there. A lot of people, they might set a massive goal, they haven't set any steps to achieve it, so they're not achieving anything as they go throughout their day. It might be a goal that takes 3 months and they're not achieving anything because they haven't set any steps. So they're not getting those hormone releases, they're not getting that positive energy, they're not getting that feeling of pride, of confidence that you get of achieving a goal. So it takes them, they get to the end of the 3 months and they haven't achieved their goal, and then they get that big letdown. Whereas if you had 10 steps in the middle and you got through 8 of the steps but you didn't achieve the end goal, you still would have got that release all the way up to the 8, all the positivity, so you still have some motivation left to try and push further and achieve the goal.